You won't feel like you're getting any better at the instrument if you're not tracking things that you want to get better at or that are important to you. Now, I'm curious. Have you ever finished a practice session or got to the end of the week and thought, what have I accomplished? Maybe it's just me. Today, I want to share with you 2 things that you can do before and after your practice sessions to help you stay motivated and feel like you're making progress on the instrument. I call these the pre and post practice routines. Let's jump in. Think about what you need to practice and the results that you want to achieve. It can be whatever you want. Now, your teacher might have something to say about it, but it's up to you to manage all the material that's been assigned to you over the given week. I encourage you to do this at the beginning of the week or right after your lesson. That way it's fresh in your mind and you can plan out your practice agendas for the week. When I write assignments, I typically include some kind of chop builders, something to get faster at, a reading exercise of sorts, some drum set work like independence, grooves, or fills, an improvisational challenge, and learning some songs. We need to tackle all these topics over the course of the week. If you're a fan of Mike Johnston and follow his 4-stage practice method, you can accomplish a lot of this in 1 hour block of time. He divides it up into non-creative, creative, main focus, and musical application. Now that's great if you have an hour long to practice. But what if you only have 10 or 20 minutes? Then you need to spread these out over the course of your week. You could do something like Monday is your chop building day. Tuesday is working on fills and soloing. Wednesday is your reading exercises. Thursday, you listen to songs and learn songs. And Friday, maybe you're working on drum set grooves and styles. This isn't as effective as practicing each topic every day, but at least you'll cover everything before your next lesson. Now, I personally like to take 2 or 3 topics and practice those for a couple of days in a row. That way I feel like I'm making really good progress in those areas, and then I could switch to different types of practice later in the week. For example, Monday through Wednesday, I'll spend my time on technical work. So I'm practicing chops, technique, metronome accuracy, independence. The rest of the week, Thursday through Saturday, I'll usually spend that time learning songs, playing fills and solos, doing a lot more creative work, and listening to music, or a lot of times just listening to songs that I have to prepare for gigs on the weekend. The main point is that you have a plan before you sit down. You should understand how the things you're going to practice should move you towards your goals. The benefit of a private teacher is that they can help you strategize on how to progress at a faster rate and avoid common pitfalls and mistakes in just learning a new skill. They can keep you from getting stuck in a rut too. If you don't have a private teacher, you'll need to do some power thinking on your own. You're going to need to zoom out and think about your long-term, mid, and short-term goals. Now, there's a ton of material out there on goal setting, and I recommend that you follow Michael Hyatt's SMARTER system, or look up the book, The First 20 Hours, written by Josh Kaufman. These are great resources in goal setting and can really help you break down all the material that your teacher assigns you or that you assign yourself and help you make progress on the instrument in less time. Now, that's a whole video series in itself, but if you're interested on how we can apply goal setting to the drums, then just leave a comment below and I'll consider putting something together. I'll link those resources in the description below. Post-practice routine. Now, we've talked about what you should do before your practice session, but what about after? This is what the professionals call the after-action review. If you really want to get better at drumming, or just any skill, taking a few minutes after your session to analyze what went right, what went wrong, what you're going to fix, what you need to stop doing, will really help you progress at a faster rate, and it'll help inform you what you need to practice in your next session. Write down what you actually practice and compare that to what you intended to practice. List all the tempos that you practiced at so you could track them over time. Write down how you felt about an exercise. Was it easy? Was it a challenge? Was it confusing? How did you feel emotionally? Just make little notes. You don't have to write a huge report, but tracking these things can help you understand your progress and journey on the instrument. So you're, again, more motivated and you can make better decisions on what to practice next time. Maybe you planned on getting further along on that song that you're learning or that page in the book, but instead you spent more time on the warm-up. Without writing these things down, it's easy to forget what you've actually done from day to day. Maybe you discovered a particular sub-skill that you're not very good at while learning something else and decided that you needed to practice that instead, which is okay. Again, write down what you actually did compared to what you intended to do. There's a phrase, you can't manage what you don't measure. And what that means is you won't feel like you're getting any better at the instrument if you're not tracking things that you want to get better at or that are important to you. Remember, how far did you get? What worked and what didn't work? And what will you keep, improve, start, and stop doing for next time? Use this information. Take 5 minutes at the end of your practice session, and that way you could be more prepared each time you sit down. It's also good to sit down at the end of the week or before your next lesson and look over your practice log and see what you accomplished. When you go into your lesson, you're more prepared to tell your teacher what went well and what didn't go so well. Or if you're doing this on your own, you could set new goals and have a better understanding of what you need to work on for next week. Installing a pre and post practice routine will really help you see a lot of progress in your journey on learning the instrument. But you still got to do the work. Planning and analyzing doesn't replace the actual practice on the instrument. If you don't write everything down or have a plan before you get in, that's okay. At least pick up the sticks every day. Don't skip a day. And especially don't skip 2 days. Every little bit counts. Now, don't take my word for it. Ask your private teacher. Reach out to other drummers who've been doing this for a while and see what they think. I've been doing this for 33 years. I'm still struggling with practice and getting the most out of my sessions. But by installing a pre and post practice routine, I notice that I progress at a faster rate on skills that are important to me than when I don't write anything down at all. I want to know what you think. What's your pre and post practice routines? Do you even have any? Would you use these in your next practice session? Let me know in the comments below. Stay tuned for future videos in the practice series. You can watch the rest of the series up here or maybe here. And I also have performance videos and a few podcast episodes on my channel. Be sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is out. Anything, not just music, but... Okay, we're done. Yay! Yes! Yes!